Okay, let's do alizarin crimson. Let's put some alizarin crimson in here and cadmium red light or cadmium red medium. It doesn't matter which one, whatever you have.
What do you prefer if you've got both?
Pardon?
What do you prefer if you have both? Light?
Light.
Okay.
Good, that's the one I put on my palette.
You put it on your couch?
On my palette.
On your palette, okay.
I thought, am I
Okay,
going to
good.
use medium or
Okay.
light? And I thought, oh, I'll use light. And you said that's the best one. So there you go.
You should get a, you should, because if we use just alizarin crimson by itself over black gesso or a black surface, alizarin crimson is transparent. It's a transparent color. So you, by the time it's dry, you're not going to see anything. You're just going to see dark black.
I remember that color from when we were doing the ladies on the beach, and I was trying to get it to cover her one of the dresses, and it was really hard.
Yes, because it's transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm adding a touch of cadmium red light in it.
Okay.
It will just make it light enough to you know, so we can see it, but not too dark or not too light, because we need to keep a bit of that darkness so we can highlight where the light is, where the light strong light is. Okay, I should put this here so I can see. Right, okay.
Such a beautiful day out there. I feel like I should be doing some gardening, although I can't because there's too much snow. Pretty out there, really nice.
It is, it's very nice.
Yeah, really nice, nice weather. Did you run layout this morning?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I run, it doesn't matter what the weather is. It doesn't have, it has nothing to do with the weather. When sometimes, you know, was it last Monday? It snowed on Sunday. It was really bad. And Monday running was horrible. It was really horrible. I was running in slush and ice, and now I'm thinking, why am I doing this to myself?
I think I told you my son is a postal delivery guy right now up in Collingwood, and he said it was awful up there. I guess on Monday with the they had those high wind warnings.
Yeah.
And he said a parcel actually blew out of his truck.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you look like the bottom and the right are lighter than the top. Was that deliberate? Like that's what you want us to do?
Yeah, it does look lighter, doesn't it?
Yeah, is that?
No, it just, no, well, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. It's very hard for me to mix the right color.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes I mix a color and it's fine, and sometimes I have more red in it, and or more more light red or more alizarin. It doesn't matter for now, because once dry, it's going to dry darker anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and I'm trying to keep it on the dark side, by the way, just for you to know, like just to answer your question, I'd rather keep it on the dark side. Yeah, like dark red, not light red.
Okay.
For now.
So I painted this cushion that we did, the one cushion. I couldn't believe it took me over an hour to paint one silly cushion.
This one?
Yeah. It was the shading and the
Yes.
try and get the shape. Oh man, I went over and over and over it, and I thought, okay, forget it. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. You know, when I used to work in Lebanon, my job was to paint show the customer how their setting is going to be, because it was before computers, right? So at the office, because I worked in a interior design office, my job, I was in charge of the department where they, when the customer comes and hires the company to do their home or store or whatever, you have to show them vignettes, like sketching of how it's going to look. So we have the floor plans and elevations, but we don't have a setting where they can see the lamps, the sofas that we're going to use, the tables that we're going to use. So my job was to do these, and I painted a lot of those. Believe me, a lot of throw pillows and a lot of interior chairs.
That's why you're so fast at it.
Yeah. So I remember very well, I had so many of these sketches and paintings. That's the only way to, for them to see how it's going to look.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? It already looks really nice, and it's going to look amazing with the throw pillows. All right, I'm going to stop right now the recording so you can get to this stage. So burnt umber, titanium buff or unbleached titanium. We're going to make a medium tone, because those cushions are in the dark, in the shade. So we don't want them to be too light. And maybe a touch, a very, very, very small amount of alizarin crimson. So you could just pick it with the corner of your brush and put it in that mixture, just because those cushions are sitting on red, and it's nice to repeat that color in the cushions. We are going to repeat it with the patterns, but still, I think it will look really nice if it's done, if it has a bit of that red in it. I'm going to darken this here, this area, that little thing in the corner. If you have the cat there, don't worry about it then.
It shouldn't be too dark right now, right, Lael? I think I need more titanium in mine, that's all.
Yeah, if you find that it's too dark, then soften it a bit. And down here too, down at the bottom of the cushion, I know it's not like that in the picture, but really it needs to, I think it'll be better if it's a bit dark down here, just a bit. Okay, let's do the other cushions.
So we should go over all the dark colors in the other cushion to match the darkness of this new one.
Darkness of this?
The right one. I saw you go back and.
Oh, just where the, yeah, just where the, where the shadow is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the same.
Yeah.
Coordination.
Yeah.
Mine is sort of more pinky. Have I got too much of the crimson in it?
Yes, you've got too much of crimson. Yes, that's why. Yes, you've got too much of the crimson. That's why.
Okay.
But it's okay. It doesn't matter.
It's kind of a, yeah. Okay.
It doesn't matter, really.
It almost looks like a dark skin tone.
That shouldn't be red, too red. But already the sofa looks better with those cushions in color. darken, add a bit of more burnt umber to the back of this cushion right here. Here. Because this little throw pillow in the front is going to cast a shadow over that. I'm going to change my brush into a round brush so I can control the
Our
shape.
first layer, right?
Pardon?
It's only our first layer on the pillow.
Yes. On the sofa?
Yeah, on the,
Yes.
the pillows on the
Yes,
sofa.
yes. I'm gonna shape those cushions a bit, corner of those the cushions.
Wait.
Just added more of the umber to that to
Yes. And maybe a bit more umber as well. And if the umber is not enough, I would probably use something a bit darker. But for now, I'm just gonna put a bit of separate those two softly with a bit of umber. Okay, and okay, good. Let's switch back. You want to leave a bit of a line, very thin, as long as you can see the front cushion and the back cushion, you're okay. Just a tiny bit, so you can see. All right, that's good. Now, back to my round. I'm going to pick up a bit of, and don't worry if you are not, of course, catching up right now. It's okay. I'm going to stop the recording and then you can catch up. I'm just going to put a bit of dark shadow in here. Not too dark. It's just burnt umber with a round brush. Good. Okay. So to highlight those cushions, what we need to do is maybe take a smaller brush and a round round one. And take some titanium buff and a bit of burnt umber in it. Just come here. This is where the light is. It's hitting this area here. And with the movement of the cushion. So what I'm doing is like a semicircle, kind of like it's not straight. I'm not going straight like this. I'm just kind of on an angle to get that highlight going.
Yours is very white.
What's very white? Mine?
Yeah.
No, it's not that white. It looks white on the monitor, but it's not that.
Oh,
Is that a flat or a round you've got, Leo?
This is I was working with the flat and now I switched to a round.
Okay.
Okay. Now over here, okay, I did the first layer, but over, I'm adding a bit more highlights right now. We need those highlights, otherwise those cushions will look flat. Okay, so there, we're getting there. It's looking much better.
I need to add white because mine is not contrasting at all.
All right, add white.
Yeah.
Add white. Okay, now next one. And I can see that's over here. I can see the light hitting the top part of that throw pillow. So with a round brush, I'm just softly adding this highlight. Again on this one. And this is, I'm adding, this is what the colors I'm putting in here. It is titanium buff, but it has a bit of the burnt umber in it. Now, the more I go lower, go down, I'm going to add a bit of more burnt umber in here. Okay, switch to my wider brush, this one. All right, just, I'm going to fix the colors, the initial first layer of these cushions a bit, especially at the bottom here. Okay. So now over here as well, a bit of highlights. All right. Of course, I have to wait for it to dry a bit, and then because with acrylics, when it dries darker, so I can adjust the highlights. Switching to around, and I'm going to put a bit of on this one here. And maybe actually add white. Okay. I'm adding a bit of white, but the white is like glazed, so it's not too heavy. Um, and it will dry darker. Or Ingrid, use the soft white,
Ah,
warm white.
warm white. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to take alizarin crimson and cadmium red light, or whatever red you have. Mix it a bit with the alizarin crimson. I don't want to take the ratio is this time more cadmium red light in your alizarin crimson. And we're going to come here to this part. And you see, I'm highlighting slowly. So I want medium tone right now. I don't want a very light color. Not yet for the strong color. little bit here. So it's like a medium tone. Okay, so I switch. I was using a small bright or small flat. I'm gonna switch to a round right now, and I'm gonna take a lot more cadmium red light. And I'm gonna come here where I see there's a really strong highlight. And this top of the sofa, you don't want it to be too straight. So it's a cushion. So it is going to be kind of wobbly a bit, not a straight line. Okay, it's good. Now, I'm going to take, I think with the same brush, a bit of alizarin crimson and cadmium red light. And I'm going to highlight here, this area, because this area is not that dark. If you look at it, because of the sun, although it's lowered, but still not extremely dark. Good. Oh. Okay. I'm not going to take all of this highlight, like medium tone highlight, all the way to the end. I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to come back, take cadmium yellow light, and highlight a bit this area with a round brush. That's good. Okay. Let's go down to the cushion, seat cushion, and switch to a wider brush. Do the same thing. I'm going to do medium tone wherever I see medium tone. So it means that I'm using alizarin crimson and cadmium red light. I'm going to avoid where the dark is. Again, this is kind of medium tone. It's kind of glazing, what I'm trying to do here. I don't want a thick highlight. I'm switching to a round brush. I think I have more control with the round brush for this area here. And this is cadmium red light.
So those very bright areas that you put in on the corner, that was just cadmium red light, those two little,
Here?
yeah.
No, they're mixed with a bit of, still mixed with a bit of alizarin crimson. Yeah,
They look pretty light.
I have to go back because this area, this highlight here is too strong, too wide. So I'm going to take alizarin crimson and I'm going to take a touch of the burnt umber and just kind of, yeah. All right, now go back. Oh. Now I'm going to take cadmium red light and highlight this area here. This looks funny. Hmm. I think I like it this way better than having, those streaks of highlights right here.
Yeah.
I think I like it this way better. It wasn't looking, it looks great in the picture, but not here.
In the sun.
Gonna highlight a bit the bottom part where the skirt is.
Oh, that looks good.
It will dry darker, but you will see that this part. All right.